Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today I'll be showing you how to make a simple liquid filled text effect. Text will appear as though it is being filled up with liquid. Past few videos have been long and complex, so we'll take a little break with this one. It is a quite simple material-based text effect, so the tutorial is going to be short and sweet. Alright, let's get into it. By the way, I've upgraded my Blender to 4.4. We now got a cute kitty on the splash screen. As soon as we enter Blender, let's hop right into Geometry Node's layout. A to select all, X to delete. Shift A, add mesh plane. Using numpads 7 and 5, go into top orthographic view, click on new, delete group input, then replace it with string input. Enter test, pass it through strings to curve, then output. Most of the effect will be done by material, so geometry side is going to be simple. First, realize the curves and convert to mesh with fill curve. You can use either types. Then, insert a set material. We'll just use the default material. Next, let's add attributes to be used in shader. Branch out a bounding box from realize, then add a position node, and subtract bounding box min from position with vector mass subtract. Duplicate the vector mass with connections using Ctrl-Shift-D and subtract min from max for this one. Then vector math divide the results. Insert a store named attribute after set material. Then change type domain to vector face corner, name to UV. We'll store the divided result. Add another store named attribute. We'll keep the setting as is and call it time. Connect scene time to it. I don't like using hash frame in shader because it's frame rate dependent, so I'll just use this one. We're pretty much done with geometry side. I'll add some changes at the end, but this is pretty much it. Let's now change this window to shader editor and work on material. Select the default material we chose earlier. Start by deleting the principled shader and replace it with mixed shader. We'll use transparent shader for the top socket and directly connect an RGB with white on the bottom. Switch the 3D viewport to material preview to view it. Though transparency is blended now, we'll use this factor to split them apart. Add an attribute and specify UV we made in geometry side. Separate the XYZ and connect less than to Y. Plug the result into mix factor to divide up the regions. We'll make this factor follow a wave pattern. Duplicate this UV attribute and connect a wave texture. We'll just change the scale to 1. Connect the multiply to factor and multiply by 0.05. Then result to threshold of less than. Also, insert an add. We can control the height of the wave by changing this add value, but we'll work on wave motion next. To do so, we'll change this phase offset with time. First, add an attribute time. Connect to multiply and multiply by 15. The result goes into phase offset. We see the wave moving side to side by running the animation. Lastly, we'll adjust the height with the animation. Duplicate the time attribute and multiply by 0.2. Then connect to add. Now, the wave is rising as though liquid is filling the text. This is how it looks now. Let's revisit the geometry node and change the text. It's white liquid, so I'll just enter milk. Let's also change the font. I suggest avoiding narrow with font. You can also use the Add Text Outline if you choose to start with empty text. This is a node group I introduced in previous tutorial, so I'm not going to go over it, but I'll leave a link in the description. Alright, the final result. Let's go over the nodes. This is the geometry node side. And shader node side. That's it for this simple liquid fill effect. This might be an effect you see in beverage commercials. You can add some additional particle effects or try other materials. So go all out and have some fun with it. Okay, thanks for watching and hope to see you in the next one.